Have you ever hoped that what you had just seen wasn't reality? Like you didn't want to trust your eyes? I was really hoping my eyes were wrong. As I was driving, trying to find my exit to get home, the last thing I wanted to see was a sign that said, "Welcome to West Virginia." A few months ago, I drove down to Midway College to spend the weekend with one of my best friends, Katie Coyle. Within the first hour of me being there, my cell phone broke. I was mad, but it didn't seem like that big of a deal, so I borrowed my friend's phone throughout the weekend with the plan to take mine to Verizon on Monday. Other than the broken phone, the weekend was awesome. We played pool, went to the outlet mall, and drove all the way down to Louisville to eat at Spinelli's Pizza. Sunday came, and it was time for me to head back home. To get to Midway, I used my GPS on my phone. Without my phone, I had to ask my friend for directions. All I had to do was go the direction my friend told me to until I saw Gene Snyder exit. But a miscommunication occurred along the way. Either she told me the wrong direction or I heard wrong. To get home, I was supposed to go east, but I didn't. I went west. Very west. That's how I ended up in West Virginia. When I saw the Welcome to West Virginia sign, I pulled over at the very next exit. I was confused and really sad, but I was also kind of proud of myself for not crying, because I really wanted to. The employees of the gas station gave me directions to where I needed to go. But it turns out their directions weren't very helpful, because 4 hours later, I was even more lost. And then I did cry. The feeling of being lost was so extremely frightening. As I sat behind a gas station in my car, I thought about the only other experience I had to compare to this horrible journey. It was an incident when I was at the Louisville Zoo when I was 6. I remember walking in front of my family at the elephant exhibit. When I turned around, they weren't there. I had remembered from a survival show that me and my dad watched saying, if you ever got lost, stay where you are and wait for help. So I literally stood in the exact same spot, silently crying for 10 minutes. My mom found me and I felt better, but for the most part, I had forgotten about the zoo experience. But this was way worse than the zoo. I was stranded God knows where around people I don't know with a car that isn't supposed to drive for more than 2 hours because it's so old, the possibility of overheating is a big chance. With no cell phone. A lot of this could have been avoided if I'd taken the time to learn to read a map. Nearly every gas station I stopped at tried to sell me one. Some of the employees even offered to show me how to read the maps. But by that time, I was too nervous to actually hear and understand what they were trying to teach me. I know a lot of people can read maps out of common sense, but I'm not one of those people. After I borrowed a stranger's phone to call my mom called Katie and told her where I was. From there, Katie met me at the gas station I was hopelessly waiting at and helped me get to the Gene Snyder exit. The idea of having to learn to read a map still makes me anxious, but I'm going to anyway. I hate maps because I think about how horrible it'd be if I ever got lost again. But that's exactly why I need maps. I believe that it's important to do the things that make you anxious. Throughout all the bumps in the road and the mistakes I make, I know that I'm only hurting myself if I can't try to learn the things just because they make me feel nervous.